Hi, I'm Spicy Spaghetti, and I'm a support main streamer, and I'm here to dispel the rumors that playing support in Overwatch 2 sucks. I am sorry to report that the support players you're hearing that from just kinda suck themselves. It is true that the support role changed a lot from Overwatch 1 to 2. In Overwatch 1, a support's job was to play in the back, keep your team, mostly your tanks, up, and stay alive. While I found it fun, it was not very rewarding. Your impact on fights was mostly stabilizing your team against the odds. You know when DPS players would scream, "How am I still alive? I'm God!" Little did they know, it was not them that were gods, but the support players' godly resource allocation to keep them up in a team fight so the DPS could get kills. That's not the case anymore. Support players, it is our time to shine. With one less tank on your team that you have to constantly keep up, and your one tank left having increased HP, they do not require constant attention anymore. Let's face it, support role in Overwatch 1 was kinda just wrangling toddlers. Now in Overwatch 2, supports have a lot more say over their own gameplay. The main complaint I'm seeing from support players is that they are dying too easily to DPS players. It is true that flankers are really good right now, but hear me out. You can counter this by playing better than them, or playing smarter than them. Each support now has playmaking potential. What does it look like on each support? Here's examples from the supports I play the most. Zenyatta. I already made a whole video about him, but one less shield in his way means no one is safe from his damage anymore. Zen can defend himself pretty well if you hit your shots. Positioning is also important on Zen. My PSA for all Overwatch 2 players is that Zen should not be the one pushing the push bot. People got used to him being the one on payload, but that does not translate to the push game type. The hero on push bot should always have some sort of mobility so they don't get dove at the beginning of fights. Ana. Since you now have the self-heal passive, your nade should almost never be used on yourself, and should even rarely be used for solely your teammates. Your Biotic Grenade's anti-heal ability is one of the most powerful playmaking tools that any support has. Hit a fat anti on the enemy team, and they either have to choose to disengage, or get rolled over by your team since you have heals and they don't. Alternatively, if there's constantly Genji diving you, save both your cooldowns for him. A slept or antied Genji is a scared Genji. Genji only thrives when he can get in and get out safely. Ruin that for him. Mercy. You already should have been damage boosting a lot in Overwatch 1, but in Overwatch 2, you have no more excuse to heal bot. If you have less than a 50-50 ratio of damage boost beam to heal beam, you either need to play a stronger main healer because your team is taking too much damage, or you are playing her wrong. In the current state of the game, a Sojourn with a Mercy Pocket is an unstoppable force. Her new movement kit also allows her to stay alive longer if you can master it. Moira. Moira's kit did not get a single change from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. Yes, it is true that you do not need to heal bot in Overwatch 2, but this is not me giving you permission to DPS Moira. Bad. Stop it. Moira's playmaking potential is partially because, yes, she can balance damage and healing a lot better when she's not constantly losing resources healing or feeding tanks, but the bigger playmaking potential in my eyes is her Fade ability, which I've basically decided is a get out of jail free card. Genji's being run a lot right now as a meta DPS pick. You know what counters Genji? Moira. Moira can right-click Genji without him being able to deflect, and if he dives her, does not matter. You fade away and are now out of his slash range. Her ult, Coalescence, can also not be deflected, and while it's not quite a Genji blade counter, as soon as you hear a blade being pulled, you can shift away to get farther away, pop Coalescence, and heal your team and damage Genji at the same time to help your team kill him quickly while also sustaining your team through the other damage coming in. Baptiste. While I'm not as sold on Bat being A tier as everyone else, I don't disagree that he's still strong. His damage did get buffed, so while splash healing is not as crucial anymore since there's no more double shield, he should be pumping out a lot more damage. Especially because his ult, Ant Matrix, is currently a tank shredder. If the enemy team tank is not immediately back in spawn, it was probably not good ult usage. With Kiriko coming out soon, people will be leaning on its immortality field crutch a lot less, hopefully. For the last two supports, Lucio and Brig, I will admit that I don't play them that often. Lucio is definitely meta, so if you can get a handle on his wall riding mechanics, his playmaking potential is that no one can currently stop him since there's no more CC. Is Widow a problem? Who cares? Go kill her yourself. As long as you're not constantly in the enemy's backline and still healing and speeding your team when necessary, feel free to be an absolute nuisance. I still don't know where Brick falls into the game at this point, she got a lot of nerfs coming into Overwatch 2, with both take away her shield bash and change your rally to only give overheal instead of armor. She's definitely not a necessary pick anymore, where you lose if you don't have one. I'm honestly not sure where a necessary purpose is anymore, as she doesn't really do anything stronger than anyone else. Still viable, just not oppressive as she used to be. I hope this helped to show you that the support role is not as miserable as everyone's making it out to be. It now requires a lot more personal skill to survive and reach max value. I personally love it. I feel like my individual plays are a lot more impactful. If any tank or DPS calls support a no skill role anymore, I fully give you permission to look at their deaths per 10 minutes on any support hero and laugh. You're welcome.